We're going to talk about vocabulary. And here I've put lexis, because lexis is wider than vocabulary. When we think about vocabulary, we think about single words, don't we? You know, a single word. When we talk about lexis, it embraces more than single words. And lexis is so important. Without lexis, then grammar is no point. There's no point in grammar. Okay, if you don't have the vocabulary, then there's no point in it. And one thing I'm fond of emphasizing is that lexis is more than individual words. It includes things like fixed expressions, collocations, words which go together, phrasal verbs, and idioms. And as native speakers, that's how we learn a language. It's how you learn your language. Okay, you don't, you speak French, Ali, don't you? Is French your native language?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Je ne parle français. Okay, I've forgotten my French.
Un peu.
J'ai oublié mon français. Okay, something like that.
Venir souvent en France, alors.
No, we've stopped. Right. So you learn a language in chunks. You learn. That's how you learn it. You don't learn grammar. So that's what I want to do in this. It's not just about individual vocabulary, and you're going to talk about each other to each other. So what we're going to do first of all is talk about people. And I'll introduce some slides. So we'll talk about people. What are those faces drawn on? You see those faces? What are they? What are they drawn on?
The humor.
Sorry?
Some is angry and some is.
No, I don't want to know what they are. What is the material? Deepika, what's the material?
It's emotions, right? Emotions.
No, I don't want to know the emotions. What are what are those things? What are they written on?
Eggs.
What are the things written on? Sorry?
You mean eggs.
Eggs.
The first.
Okay,
The
they're actually eggshells. Okay.
Yeah, eggshells. Yes.
Now, if I say to you, or you say to me, when you talk to someone, you're walking on eggshells, what does it mean? If you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, that means you have to be very secret. So you don't want other people to know.
Not necessarily secret, Deepika. Abigail? Yeah.
Yes, they can be broken very easily.
Yeah, they can be broken very easy. So if you're walking on eggshells, you have to be careful what you say.
Very meticulous, right?
Okay? Because you could, you can offend them and you'll end up saying, oh God, talking to you is like walking on eggshells. It means that it cracks so easy, it makes you angry. Okay.
All right.
So, talking about people. So let's have a look at this. What would you call someone who gives help and encouragement? Sorry, that should have an and in there. Someone who
A shoulder to cry on. A shoulder to cry on.
Yes, that's good. You can just a shoulder to cry on. Yeah. So that's a good idea. I haven't written that one down. What's the, give me a one word thing, someone who gives you help and encouragement. They are what?
Anchoring.
Anchoring.
Confident.
No,
compassionate.
It might be confident, but they are they're giving you what? They're giving you
some compassion.
They might be giving you compassion. They might well be giving you compassion and sympathy. But they're giving you
sociable.
Begins with S.
Support.
They're giving you support.
Okay? Of course.
You could say they're your rock. Supportive. Say that. Thank you. You're my rock. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now good, Deepika, because you said, what did you say? You said a shoulder to cry on. It can be. Okay, maybe you don't need to cry. Maybe you just need encouragement in some way to do something. But let's have a look at some of the things. Okay, supportive. I could say, Deepika always has my back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then
the shoulder to cry on. She
support
has my back.
yes.
She's on my
Has my
side.
back.
On my side.
She's
Okay.
empathetic.
Empathy.
Okay, I can rely on. Yeah, I can rely on Abigail. She's always there for me. Okay.
I can count on them, depend
Sorry?
on them, rely on them.
Depend on them. Yes, you could say depend on them. I mean, I
Count
could
on
write depend on them. I'm saying rely on rather than reliable.
Reliable.
Well, now
Reliable.
reliant. You are reliant on them, but you may not be reliant on them, but they're giving you support. You know, you rely on them. Okay, we'll say reliant as well. You could say that they're reliable, you know, that they're reliable, they're there for you. A shoulder to cry on, you can lean on them, you can lean on their shoulder, you lean on them for support. So that's someone who gives you help. So it's a positive trait. Do you know the word trait?
Yes.
A positive trait.
Trait. T-R-A-I-T. Trait. It's a positive.
From treatment.
A positive characteristic. We talk about personality traits. I did psychology at university, and we talked about traits. Okay, let's move on. How about someone you enjoy being with? What kind of things could you say there?
It's a friend.
Friend? Yeah. Okay. Anything else? I really enjoy being with Deepika because she's what?
Someone who is someone I love to be around with.
Yeah, like to be around. Yeah. Why do you like to be around them? Because they're what?
Because it seems maybe fresh of breath there, right?
Say it again.
They are absolutely fresh of breath, breath of fresh air.
Think about right. Okay, not a fresh breath air.
Yes, breath of fresh air.
That's a good one.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah, breath of fresh air. Any others you can say?
Because they are trustful.
Because what, Abigail?
They are trustful.
Fun to be around.
Fun to be around. What, Abigail? What did you say?
Yeah, it's somebody who you can trust in.
Yeah, someone you can trust. That's more like the supportive one, isn't it? Okay, but you enjoy being with them, you know, for different reasons.
Fun to be around. Yeah, they're fun to be around.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at some which I put down.
Someone with
because you get along with them. Oops. Okay, you get along with them.
Yeah,
so you get on,
I like it.
Along with, and you can say, yeah, we get on like a house on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know why we say that. I don't know. I have no idea why we say that. Have you ever heard of that, Abigail?
No.
Fire.
Get on like a house on fire. It doesn't sound very good. It's actually positive. Yeah.
That means we are instantly making friendship, right? Because when house is caught fire, so it will be blast at once. I mean, it will caught fire at once. It could
be like the fire spreads very quickly. I think it may be going deep into it. I don't know, but I don't know, but it could be something like that. You're on the same wavelength. Now
that means
the same way. We got the same idea, same wave.
Same wavelength, Ali. It's the same wavelength.
We think same. We feel the same.
Yeah.
Same wavelength.
You feel the same about
the same idea.
Feel the same about things. Yes. Okay. We feel the same about things. You're like-minded. You're like-minded. So you could be best mate,
Mates.
best buddies.
Best mate.
There's another expression which is
Piece in a
come up
pod, just
fairly
like two peas in
recently.
a pod.
So say it again,
As
Deepika.
for just like in two peas in a pod.
Like two peas in a pod, like peas in a pod. Yeah.
Peas
Sounds
in
like
the
you're
pot.
twins. Peas in a pod, you know, you're so much like, you know, so similar. Women often use, girls often, for best mates, they often, well, certainly they did this in Malaysia, they talk about bestie. Hi, bestie, you're my bestie.
Yes.
Which,
Best mate.
My
being a man, I
yes.
don't really like it, you know, you're my bestie. But you enjoy being with them. Yeah, it's my best mate, yeah. Yeah, we have fun together. We never have well, you do have arguments with best friends, but there you go. All right.
The same idea.
Someone who's popular and attracts people.
It's
Popular.
a people person. We could say he's a people person.
Could be a people person, yes.
Mm,
You can
right.
be a people person is more. It doesn't. You can be a people person, but not necessarily attract them. You like being around. I'm. Apart from when I want to be on my own, I'm a people person. I like talking to people, which is why I liked.
Social.
I like associating. I like being with people, but
They are outgoing.
sorry. Okay.
Outgoing.
Outgoing. Yeah, they could be outgoing.
Outgoing. Right? Okay. Or
They could have a magnetic personality. You like I know you like that word, Deepika, magnetic. Okay.
Yes.
You talk about attraction. We were talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
Deepika and I have talked before, just very, very recently. We talk about, you know, the vibration attracting magnetic personality.
Elevated vibrations. Yes.
Attract people. Life and soul. We usually say, "Oh, she's the life and soul of the party."
Yes, I know
When
this.
she writes,
Life
she
and soul.
comes in, she lights up the room when she comes in.
A ray of light, sunshine.
Ray of light or sunshine.
making lively jokes.
Laughs at jokes. Yeah. Usually they tell jokes, and yes, they probably laugh at other people's jokes, even if they're not very funny. Okay.
To be popular, they have to each phrase they make a joke.
They make a joke. They make a joke. They like to be witty. They probably do silly things. You can say that they're a laugh a minute. Okay. You can say that they're a bundle of fun. Now, I think
bundle of joy, same, right? Bundle of joy.
A bundle of joy is another one. A bundle of joy. You use a bundle of joy more about babies, in actual fact, but you could say a bundle of joy as well. A bundle of joy. Joy. When we come on to some of the negative things, you'll see that I've used this again. I've used some of these in a different way, in a negative way. So this is a very British way of talking. You'll say, what's he like? Well, he's not exactly a bundle of fun. It's like irony. Okay. Oh,
Irony.
Is not exactly. What's your new boss like? Is not exactly a ray of sunshine. Okay. And we call it irony rather than sarcasm, but it's a way that we have of talking. It's very British to talk, you know, to talk like that. And you're talking about it's not exactly a laugh a minute, is he? Oh, a bit boring. So you do that. Okay. Let's move down. Someone who's difficult to get to know. It doesn't mean that they're nasty, but someone who's difficult to get to know.
Shy.
Be shy. Yeah, shy is a good one.
You could say difficult to deal with.
You could say difficult to deal with. Yes, you could, because it's not necessarily difficult to deal with. Yeah, Deepika, I'll give you that one. Yeah, Abigail.
Or maybe stubborn.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't necessarily say stubborn. I think stubborn.
Not sociable. Not sociable.
Yes, Ali, you could say not sociable or unsociable. I wouldn't say stubborn because stubborn is more of a negative trait. Okay.
Yeah.
This is fairly neutral. It's just difficult to get to know them. They're hard to talk to. Let's have a look. Shy.
Someone who's posh, rich, wealthy, doesn't like to talk to people.
Well, no, because they can be wealthy, but they could still be easy to get to know. I've known wealthy people who are easy to get to know. I've known wealthy people
You
who are
have to
not
get
very
an
nice.
appointment to get to talk to him.
Yeah, well, I've known wealthy people. You don't have to be wealthy, but you can be reserved, shy. We talk about people keeping them to themselves.
And is that the same, keep themselves to themselves? It is the same, I guess, right? Keep
what?
themselves to themselves. That means self-centered,
Yes,
right?
keep themselves to themselves. Keeps to themselves. It's the same. Keep themselves to
Very
themselves.
reserved.
It keeps
Very
himself. It keeps himself to himself. You can say, it keeps to himself.
Self-absorbed, self-centered. I think it's more of being selfish, right?
Sorry, say it again. Self-centered.
Selfish.
Yeah,
Self-centered.
self-centered is a negative.
Self-absorbed.
I haven't included that one, but that's a negative trait. We'll come on to the negative ones in a moment. Self-centered is selfish.
Pessimistic.
Sorry, Ali.
Pessimistic as well. Or she's not optimistic. Doesn't like.
Well,
That is
we don't know if they're optimistic. Here we don't know. We don't know them. This is the problem. We don't know anything about them. They're shy. They don't talk. So we don't really know what personality is. So I've put they're withdrawn. And here's, look, where I've used it. They're not exactly a bundle of fun. He seems aloof. Maybe he's not. I've met people. Yes, I'm sure you have. They think they're better. It's just because maybe they're shy. What does morose mean? Morose. It always seems morose.
Morose. No idea. I haven't got it.
Means sad. Okay.
Morose.
It's a strong word for sad. It may not be. Just that kind of never smiles. Is a bit of a loner. And you meet people like this, and eventually they open up. You'll find he's quite nice once you get to know him. He's just a bit shy. He's a bit reserved. Some people are like that. I am not reserved. I'll talk to anyone. If someone can talk a lot, we'll come on to this one in a minute. Let's say, I want to give you, see if you can think of an idiom of someone who finds it easy to talk. He can talk. Any ideas, Abigail?
Talk minute a mile, right? Mile a minute.
A mile a minute. A mile a minute. You're good at getting the other way around. A mile a minute. You talk a mile a minute. Yeah. You can talk.
A chatterbox.
A chatterbox, certainly a chatterbox. Yeah. Yeah.
Gibberish.
You can talk the hind legs off a donkey. Hind legs are the back. Have you heard of that one, Abigail?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I don't know why. I've got no idea why we say it. My second daughter, who's in Colombia at the moment, all right, and we are very alike in many ways. I mean, she likes travel and so on. She always tells me I talk too much. So she prefers me to send her messages, voice messages, to which I reply. This annoys my sister very much, actually. If I know what I tell her to do, because she says, trouble is, Dad, once you start talking, you talk about everything, you never stop. So I am a chatterbox. I talk the hind legs off a donkey. So that's someone who's difficult to get to know. Now, let's have a look at this. Someone who's popular. What shall we say about this person?
Popular.
So who's unpopular? Why don't we like him? Give me reasons why we may not like him.
Unpopular.
Yeah.
Is
Why
not-
be unpopular?
Mean?
Sorry? Abigail? Mean? Yeah, could be
Mm-hmm.
mean. I don't think I've included that. Mean, could be mean. What
Uh,
does mean mean? What does mean mean?
That he's in a bad mood always.
Yes, it can be.
Selfish.
It can be mean that. It's mean. You mean to people. Okay, you mean to
Yeah.
people. You have a mean mood. But what's the other meaning of mean? And again, it's negative.
Oh,
Selfish.
mean, modest.
No.
No.
Modest is a positive trait. If you're modest, the opposite of that, unpopular would be
Mean.
immodest. Immodest. If you mean, oh,
It's
come
Can
on,
be
against.
don't be.
Uh,
Come on, put it.
if it's
Okay.
in the politics,
No, not
it's
politics.
against.
You go around collecting for charity. You've got a charity box. Oh, come on, put a couple of dollars in. Put a few pennies in. No, I'm not. I don't believe in it. You're so mean. Someone who's mean doesn't like spending money. Okay? Don't you know that word? Abigail?
Yeah, that means stingy.
No.
Stingy. Stingy.
Good. Stingy. I'm coming on to on the next slide. I've got stingy there. I'm sorry you said it actually, because I was hoping that someone would say stingy. So if you're mean, yeah, you know, you're not nice to people, and it can also mean,
Tight-fisted. Tight-fisted.
sorry?
Tight-fisted.
That's a very good
Tight-fisted.
one. Have you heard that? Tight-fisted.
Tight-fisted.
Very good. Very good, Deepika. You tight-fisted.
Doesn't like to spend.
Like you don't, you know, you're not taking my money. Sometimes children are tight-fisted. My other daughter, she was tight-fisted in the sense when she had sweets, she'd got a bag of sweets, and she used to hold the sweets like that. When she'd offer you a sweet, so you couldn't get many out. So that's tight-fisted.
Penny pincher, it is the same, I guess. A penny pincher.
A penny pincher, yes, it could be a penny pincher. That's another. You know, a lot of these idioms. You're good at idioms,
Yes,
Deepika. You know a lot of these.
I-
So there you go. Someone who's unpopular, arrogant, a pain in the what?
arrogant.
What can you be?
Neck.
A pain in the.
Neck. Neck, or another word. There is another word. I
You
don't
can
know.
use it. You can use it. You have to use these words. You can say it as in America, they say a pain in the butt. In Britain,
Yes.
we say a pain in the arse. Okay.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
American, they'll say a pain in the ass. I mean, I use it a lot, you know.
Pain in the ass.
He's such a pain in the ass. This computer's a pain in the ass. Everything's a pain in the ass. Sharp-tongued means it doesn't say nice things. It's insulting, rude.
Oh, shut down.
Tactless.
Tactless.
Someone could be tactless. Oh. So this is an example of being tactless. Yeah. Well, your child isn't very bright, is he?
Unwise. Tactless mean unwise,
No, it
right?
doesn't mean unwise. It means you say the wrong things,
Not
things
really.
that are offensive. So, all right. So
Oh, yeah.
let's say that. So
Tactless.
you're talking about
From the word
you're talking
apple.
about someone's partner, and I don't know, maybe talking about a girlfriend, and you say, oh, she looks a bit old. Well, that would be tactless, wouldn't it? You know,
Oh, yes.
not.
It
You know,
doesn't have
she's
the
only
money
20,
to.
she's only 22, or oh, that child can't speak very well. No, he can't, because he has a mental disability. Okay, you let you know, it tells people secrets. It lets the cat out of the bag. You know that expression, to let the cat out of the bag?
Yes, revealing things, right? Revealing secrets.
Revealing things, revealing secrets.
Revealing secret.
Selfish, opportunistic.
Yes.
It takes advantage. Here's a very British one. Okay, it's a nasty piece of work. Okay,
And it's a
Nasty
nasty
piece of
piece.
a nasty piece
It's a
of work.
nasty piece of work.
Yeah, that it really is British. That okay? It's a nasty. I can't. No, it's how it say. I can't stand him. Instead of saying I dislike him or I hate him, you say I can't stand him. He's a nasty
stand
piece of
him.
work.
Yeah.
I can't stand him. This
I
is
can't
red
put up
flag.
with it. It's
sorry?
the same. Put up. Put up. I can't put up
We're
with
coming
them.
on to put up with later.
Hmm.
Put up with is a lot more general than a lot more gentle.
I don't like his ideas.
Because
Alright.
to say you can't stand,
Yeah.
you usually find it hard to put up with someone, but to say I can't stand means that you really dislike, you loathe. Loathe.
Absolutely, Lord. I absolutely, Lord.
Loathe him.
Yes.
Full of him, pompous, you know, pompous is yes, well,
Oh,
Pompous
yes.
and conceited.
sorry?
Pompous and conceited. Conceited. Pompous and
Pompous.
conceited go together. I think.
Pompous can go with, yes, they can go with conceited, not
Conceited.
necessarily. You could be a
Mhm.
conceited woman, you could be conceited about your appearance, about your abilities. You praise yourself if you're conceited. Pompous, like
Pompous.
bombastic. It's usually in people who think they are better than others.
Exactly.
Arrogance.
So
Arrogant.
Yeah.
it is a bit like arrogant. Yes, it's very similar to arrogant,
Pompous,
which is
yes.
at the top. Full of himself. Oh, he's full of himself. He always talks about
them.
himself. You find people like that. Oh, it's so full of himself. Oh, she's full. So she's so full of herself. You know, she's always talking about. Yeah, they've just got a new car. They've just got a new house. Oh, she's better than everybody. Abigail's laughing. You've met people like this, Abigail. I can tell. Okay. Yeah. True. Come on, Abigail.
Yes.
You're not talking very much. Abigail, say something. I can't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I can listen to you.
I'm going to get you talking in a minute, Abigail. You're too quiet.
Okay.
Moody. Yeah, moody. Sometimes is okay. Other times is not. A Jekyll and Hyde. Who were Jekyll and Hyde?
First time I'm listening to this.
Sort of film. Jack,
Sorry?
Jack Toll.
What, Ali?
It's a film about.
It was a film.
yeah.
It was a film. It's also a famous book. Do you know who wrote it? You want to know literature, Deepika?
Yeah, I want to know actually.
Right, this is
I
what
never heard of
book by Robert Louis. I think it was Robert Louis Stevenson. It's
Alright.
called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And at night, Dr. Jekyll used to take a potion, like a medicine, which turned him into a nasty man, who is Mr. Hyde, who used to go out and commit murders. So if you're a Jekyll and Hyde personality, you're like schizophrenic. Okay, you change your moods. Okay, let's just go down. Right, look, let's look at positive attributes. Okay, are there any which you don't understand? These are all positive.
It is crystal clear.
Sorry, they're crystal clear.
Yes.
When I was in Thailand, I like crystal.
Mhm.
When I was in Thailand training teachers, we had a joke, and I would say, is it clear? Yes, yeah, crystal clear. But I taught them the opposite of saying crystal clear. Is it clear? So if something's not clear, you could say, yes, as clear as. Any ideas?
Water.
That water can be clear, but you're nearly there, Abigail. You're nearly there. Water and soil mixed together.
Crystal.
It's
No, because it is. That's what you said. Crystal clear. Crystal clear is clear, but something that's not clear. As clear, I said, water's nearly like it. As clear as mud.
Oh, the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opposite.
Oh, yes.
Is it clear? Yeah, yeah.
as clear as mud.
As clear as mud. Okay, so it's not.
It doesn't clear. It
It's
isn't
not
clear.
Intuitive means you have an instinct for knowing that it's like instinctive. Happy-go-lucky, yeah, that's positive unless they work for you. And the happy-go-lucky, you know, if they work for you, it's not so good. And easygoing, we use this a lot. Yeah, he's easygoing, easy to get on with.
Easygoing.
Yeah,
This is popular. Easygoing.
easygoing. Charismatic means, you know, loads of personality. It's
Very
like
charming,
magnetic,
yeah.
like magnetic personality. Obliging, always keen to help. Thoughtful. The opposite is thoughtless, of course, but thoughtful. Oh, he's so thoughtful. He always buys his wife flowers. He always remembers birthdays. Altruistic.
Thoughtful.
Altruistic means
Generous.
but benevolent. You know, you
Benevolent.
to be good to everyone. Astute. You're quick to recognize things. You might be astute about business. Open-minded or broad-minded. Broad-minded, you accept, you know, lots of things. And let's look then quickly at negative attributes. Obviously, rude, sly, cunning, goes behind one's back. Okay. I thought of another one here. Someone who goes behind one's back. There's an idiom. Let's see if you know it, Deepika. What do you call them? There was a Greek god called Janus, Janus, who was two-faced.
Two-faced people.
Two-faced. If you're two-faced, oh yes, he'll say that to your face. He'll tell you that you're wonderful to your face, but then he'll go on to someone else and say that he doesn't like you. They're two-faced. Or go behind your back.
Two-faced.
The same two-tongued. Is it the same two-tongued?
Two what?
Two-tongued. Tongue.
That's a funny one, actually. Two-tongued. You don't really hear that. Maybe I have heard it in the past. It reminds me of reading cowboy stories. Okay, they don't say two-tongued because the Indians used to say, white man speaks with forked tongue. Fork, like two direction. It's like two tongues. So the Indian white man speaks with forked tongue. Okay, Indian as in cowboys in India, as Native Americans. Foul mouth, swears a lot. Shallow and superficial. Shallow, no depth to them. Shallow people, like, you know.
Dogmatic.
Dogmatic. What does dogmatic means? You are what? It's nothing to do with dogs.
No, it's someone is
like
methodical.
It's like me.
Sorry, who was speaking then? Abigail, do you know what dogmatic is?
No.
Ali?
Mean.
Not mean, no. Dogmatic.
Follow the rule strictly.
Yes, good, Alec. Yeah, rigidly. rigid.
Rigid.
Okay,
Rigid.
rigid. Brusque.
Rigid.
Brusque.
Brusque.
I'm sorry, I
Brusque
can't talk to you
means-
today. No, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Like that brusque, that impatient.
Brusque. Quick.
Yeah, brusque. You know, they shove you away. Okay, they shove you away. Garrulous. Oh, sorry, sullen. You're all right. It's a bit like morose, but it's worse. Yeah, I'm all right. Okay, yeah, go away. Yeah. No, I don't want to. No, sullen. That's sullen. Okay. Garrulous and verbose. Verbose tend to use it more about writing. Garrulous, we're talking about speaking a lot before. Garrulous, but in a negative way. God, look, who's coming? Quick, let's get out of the way. There's Mrs. Baker coming. You know, she's so garrulous. We'll never get away if she starts talking. She's so garrulous. Stubborn.
Okay.
They are stingy. I'm glad you didn't say stingy, mean. Okay.
Stubborn, yeah, doesn't like to change his idea. Stubborn.
Stubborn, that's right. Envious. Okay. Sure. Why have they got, they got a new car? Oh, why haven't we got a new car? I like a new car. Sarcastic. Okay.
They are green with envy.
Green with envy, yes. I can be sarcastic, but hopefully in a nice way. We British are sarcastic, but it's usually, we try to do it in an amusing way if we can. So I think.
Yeah.
Obstinate,
No,
obstinate is like dogmatic, and unscrupulous means
obstinateness, like a stubborn.
like
obstinate.
stubborn. I like stubborn. Right. Okay. Abigail and Deepika. Well, all three of you can have a conversation, actually. Abigail, I want you to... and all three of you are going to do this. So you can all think of a person. I want you to think of someone you know. They can have whatever qualities you choose to give them. Okay. If you can't think of anyone, you can make it up. And I want you to create a scenario where you're talking together and you're describing this people. It could be this person. It could be someone you've met on holiday. It could be a family member. It could be someone at work. It could be a neighbor. All right. You find a way of introducing the subject. So for instance, I could say, did you meet anyone nice on holiday, Abigail? On Abigail. Well, I met this. That's just an example. Okay. Could say to Deepika, other people, you're a nurse, are the people in the hospital okay? Yeah, but there's one doctor and there's one nurse who I get on with or I don't get on with. And I could say this to you, have you got a best friend or have you got, is there someone? Okay. So who shall we start with? We'll start with Deepika because she's a bit more confident, and then we'll come to Abigail afterwards. Deepika, you're in Oman.
Yes.
You come from Sri Lanka, but Oman. You're working in a hospital, which is presumably busy. What are your colleagues?
Yeah.
I want Abigail and Ali to join in the conversation after me. So tell me about what your colleagues like.
I think they are multiple.
So
My
let
colleagues
me talk. Yeah. Tell us about one specific colleague. Is there anyone you don't get on with?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not always, getting along with everyone because there are, different kinds of people, in our workplace. For example, some people.
I'm not always getting on. I don't always get on with everyone. I'm not always. Yeah. I use present tense. I don't always get. Is there anyone?
I don't get on with people, but there are some people they're very friendly. And when, at first, when we met, actually, we got along, just like house and fire.
Okay, house and fire.
So,
Come on,
yeah.
Abigail, ask a question.
Yes. Could you describe your closest friend in your work, the hospital?
Actually, I am making lots of friends. Meanwhile, we like to, get away from, some of, characters because of their, personality traits, as we, talk about before. And, they are not, they are not kind of people who are fun to be around. So sometimes they're being very negative, sarcastic, right? And also when you are at the workplace and you are really feeling positive, sometimes people feel like negative, and also they feel green with envy when you really, pursue your dreams. And it's normal. And yeah, there are lots
When
of
you say
people.
you like to get away from people, yeah, you can get away. It means that
Yeah,
you avoid them. So is that what you
I
mean?
avoid
You
I
avoid.
avoid them, especially when they are not supportive, and they say everything is gloom and doom, everything doom and gloom, right? So I don't want to be with them. So I always try to, avoid them, and, find my feet there by myself.
Find your feet. That's a good
So,
one. Find your feet.
yeah.
Abigail, do you work?
Yeah, I do.
What's your job?
Oh, I teach. I'm a teacher.
English?
Oh, that's great.
Not especially English, but I'm a teacher. I teach children. And well, here in Mexico is like elementary school. So we teach like Spanish, science, civics.
So in primary schools, you teach everything. Okay, what are your colleagues like?
Some of them are very friendly. They are supportive. Some of them are reserved. They don't speak very much. I know some of them, they are my friends, and some others, they are like very shy. They don't speak a lot, but we try to get along together with all of them.
What's your head teacher like?
My head
Head
teacher,
teacher, we call them head teacher now instead of headmaster or headmistress. So what's your head teacher like?
it's like the principal in the school.
It's like, yeah, what's the principal like?
Oh, he's a very supportive person. He's workaholic. I have to say
Workaholic,
that.
that's a good
Because
one.
he's always, he likes to, well, he wants to be in control of everything. So he makes like an agenda, like it's like the schedule of everything. And he tries to cover everything, like to be perfect.
So, right, he tries to cover everything. So there's probably something he doesn't do. He doesn't like to what? It begins with D. Maybe he doesn't, when you hand responsibility down, he doesn't, does he delegate? Doesn't delegate?
Oh.
Does he
No.
delegate?
He does delegate.
He does delegate, because sometimes people don't delegate. Okay, but he's supportive. Okay, Ali,
Yeah,
Ali, what's your job?
I just want to be, I'm retired.
You're
I
retired.
was
I
in the-
thought you might be. What did you do before you were retired?
I was in the French Navy.
You were in the Navy.
In the Navy.
Well,
I
was in the British Navy. I was a Marine. Do you know what a Marine is?
It's very hard, yeah. It's
Yes,
very hard job.
I was a Royal Marine many years
Royal
ago.
Marines, yeah.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
Marines too. Yes, I know.
Yeah. I
So
didn't
yes,
stay long, only
I went.
5 years, about 5 years. I
Well,
left and I
no,
went
I
to
left many
Paris.
years ago. I was in there as a young man, but we spent some time on board ship. I used to like being on board ship. So
Oh, yes, I was on board as well.
yeah,
We're coming on board here, and I met some American Navy, the Navy,
American
American. I didn't
Navy.
know.
Yes, I
We
know a
were
song
just
about. I know a song about the American Navy. Can I sing it to
and
you?
yes, of course,
I'll
I
sing you
just want
this
to
song.
listen.
There's a rumor going round the harbor that the Yanks American, are putting to
Yanks.
sea with bottles of Coca-Cola and bloody good, great tubs of ice cream. Because we always pretend, always insulting about the
We've
Americans.
got our own words. I mean, the Navy, we've got our own way to say things as well.
Yeah.
When we
So
think
what would you, were the people, did you make very good friends in the Navy?
yes, I met a lot of friends, but not the officer. The officer
the
was
officer.
a bit shy.
The officers were shy.
I didn't like
The officers,
nowadays.
The officers tend to keep to themselves.
The highness.
It was difficult. I was an officer. It was difficult to socialize because you had to keep a distance. But you still got on. You still got on with the NCOs, with the sergeants, and so on. You had still had a relationship. What about your shipmates? So we talk about when you're.
It's okay, my shipmates. It's okay. Because I've got some good on good term with some mechanic officer because they like to play chess. I like to play chess as well.
So you're on good terms with them.
I like to play chess as well.
When you like the same thing, what can you say? You share the what?
I share the game with the officer.
You share the same interests. Okay, so you talk sharing the same interests. Is there anyone? Was there anyone? Can you think of an officer that you didn't like?
Oh yes, a young official from the Navy school. They're very young, and they think you don't do your job, especially at night when you have to check out if you got some in the machine. You go. They try to say if you do your job properly. Sometimes I cannot read. I have to see what I'm doing on the screen. If so many things I didn't like, and then I left the Navy.
Okay.
It was too strict.
Too strict and maybe stressful. Yeah.
It's stressful when we out on the sea. We're stressful. We don't sleep a lot, about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
And if someone is get sick or poorly, you don't have a replacement. I have to work hard, more hours to keep on.
Okay.
But
Right.
when you reach land, it's okay. No problem.
Then you go.
But we have to give you other jobs. You have to go in the kitchen.
What do you do when you see if the girls know this one? See if you know it, Ali. When you reach land, you go for when you go out to have a drink and enjoy yourself. You go ashore. So you go ashore. And now we used to talk about you go for a run ashore. What do you think that means? You go for a run ashore.
To go for a run ashore to have a drink? No,
yeah, it doesn't mean to run. If sailors go for a run ashore, it means they go out drinking. They go out to enjoy themselves. We're going to talk about phrasal verbs. Okay, we're going to talk about phrasal verbs with to put. Now, you might say, well, what's that got to do with people? But many of these, not all of them, but many of them you can apply to talking about people. The verb to put is one which I love using because you find a phrasal verb and it has many different meanings. You all know what a phrasal verb is, don't you? Abigail?
Yes.
You okay? Of
Yes.
course you do, because you are all advanced learners. So here we go. To put about. Any ideas? If you put about?
Put about. Not to start it straight away.
Not really. It's pretty negative, actually.
Negative.
Put about. Supposing someone's putting about stories about you, Abigail. She puts about
Creating.
stories.
Yeah, like
creating.
inventing.
Create.
Okay.
Spread.
To
Right.
spread
She's
information.
putting it
that-
about that Abigail's having an affair. Okay, or
Okay.
along those lines.
Put about.
Yeah, they're putting it
To
about that Ali drinks too much or whatever it is. So to put about is negative.
Negative.
But if
Yes.
someone puts things about, they spread rumors.
Negative.
Usually, it's usually negative. Okay.
Usually negative.
It can be they're telling something that's true, you know. The putting about that is getting a promotion, putting it about that he's getting a promotion.
Okay.
To put across.
To put across.
If you put across something well, Deepika, what do you think?
That means you convey something better.
Not where, no. It's nothing to do with where. Abigail?
No.
Across something.
Put across.
Explain.
To explain.
Idea or belief. All right.
Okay. When you did that role play, you all put yourselves across very well. You can do it as a split phrasal verbs as well. You put across your ideas across very well.
Okay. Put
I'm
across.
sure that when you're teaching, Abigail, when you're teaching to your children, you put across things very well. I'm sure when you've got your patients, Deepika, you put across the diagnosis and the course of treatment very clearly to them. Okay.
To make it clear. To make it clear.
To make it clear.
Yeah.
To speak, if you speak very fluidly and put across things well, can you think of a name? A way of saying it. You speak in a certain.
Eloquently.
Sorry, say it again.
Eloquently. Eloquently.
Yes, eloquently. That's a good one. Okay, eloquently. Is very good actually. I like eloquently. I was thinking of another way. Eloquently suggests quite sophisticatedly as well. But you speak articulately. Okay, you
Articulately.
articulate means joined up, to articulate something. Okay, so it's she puts across things very well. She's very articulate.
Articulate. She's very articulate.
To put aside. Right, that one's nothing about people. It's to put us save. Well, it could be to keep or save something for later, which means someone who's sensible puts aside money for later. It could be stingy, you know. It puts aside money, but it could be sensible. It kind of very
It's the same.
practical.
Set aside, put aside, set aside. Is it the same?
Put aside and what? Set aside.
Set.
Yes, yeah, you could say set aside. Set aside.
Set aside, to put aside.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's no reason why not. I'm just thinking about it. Okay.
Not using it straight away, or
Put
we
aside.
will use.
Doing or using something for a while until.
That is means saving up for the rainy days, right? Saving up for the rainy days.
Yes, that's what put aside. That's what the previous one meant. Very good. To save something for a rainy day. Okay. This one can relate to people. To put aside, it puts aside. He always puts aside time for us. Thank you, all of you. Okay, I'm disappointed there's only 3 of you, but it's been nice. It's been nice with just the 3 of you. Ali, it's delightful seeing you. We've exchanged so many messages.
Hope we will do better next time.
Sorry, say again.
We'll get more people for next time.
Well, I don't know. It's second workshop I've done. Last time I only had 4. I don't know why. I mean, it's not that they've had to pay something, but people send me the message. I send them a Zoom link. I prepare.
People are
They don't
missing out on golden opportunities, right? They are missing out on golden opportunities. Many people
Very
are
nice.
missing
And
out.
this golden opportunities. Abigail, it's lovely to see you. I hope I'll see
Well,
you
thank you.
again. This is why I'm afraid I'm going to stop doing. I'm going to have to stop doing things for free, because when I do it for free, and people don't. We're talking about this, Deepika. People don't.
The thing is not very interesting.
Well,
It's
what
true.
I don't want to
You
charge.
have to ask for money.
Sorry.
To ask to pay. You have to ask to pay something.
Yes. Well, what I'm going to try and do, and I've tried it before, but and only one girl, she was Ukrainian, joined actually. I may either use Patreon or something else, where you pay a little each month. It could be like $3 or something like that at its lowest level.
Right.
And for that, then every time I do one of these, then you're invited to come, and I supply other things as well. So you can be my first 3 members if I advertise this again. Okay, Abigail? Because it's not very much, and then it will help me to feel it's worthwhile doing.
Definitely.
So at that moment, I get so frustrated because you can count it on one hand the number of people who regularly contribute. Ali's one of them. Okay, you're in chat. You should go to the main Facebook page as well, Abigail. All right, and say things there because you're good. Ali always makes mention. You know, Laurelie. Ali, I know you. So, and Laurelie and I both frustrated because people sit, watch. Sometimes they don't even put a like. Sometimes they do, and they don't say anything.
Yes.
And it's like they feel that they can learn English by osmosis. Do you know what osmosis is?
Yes.
Okay.
Osmosis, yes.
They feel, oh, I'm learning English. I've joined another group, and you check and you find out you're a member of 50 groups.
Waste of time.
If I've joined, then I am obviously learning. Right. I need to go and make myself a cup of coffee. Great seeing you. Abigail,
see you next time.
Abigail, you're on.
Thank you very much
with me now. Okay. Ali, you're a friend on Facebook. So if you need to chat to me at any time, Abigail, then get in touch. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Well, I've enjoyed the lesson with you, and I look forward to your support. And thank you for yours. I shall see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.